So hello interneters and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while for the Frogolandia, so let's get at building another one. Another extension to the park. So this video is mainly just this building for the station. Yes, this did take me a while. Like I said, I'm not the best builder in this game. Don't get me wrong, I can build a good coaster. But as for the actual buildings, especially larger buildings, I really struggle with. So this was this was definitely a challenge. So yeah, I decided to start off this one first because the sight line from the other side of the park is very important for this kind of area, as the coaster on the other side, which still has to be named, is kind of a backdrop for this area. So yeah, you can see this building from all the way around. So I need it to be okay, at least passable. We're going for passable. Obviously, we're sticking with the Viking theme as it's in the Viking area. I feel like the area needs to be a name. It has to be named rather than just a Viking area. So if there are any suggestions for that, please comment down below. But yeah. So one thing I always struggle with in this game is making buildings not look square. So I've tried to use the corner pieces for this one, a bit of slope roofs, and I've tried to make it look a bit misshapen rather than just being a square. So obviously you've got the balcony out the front and what the ride kind of leaves over. To go like across the pathway, just give it a bit more shape, a bit more uniqueness. Like I said, everything I normally do is very square, so I've tried to make it a little bit different. One thing I'm also trying to do is, instead of just having random shops which kind of look a little bit out of place at times, if it's just a shop on its own with the basic skins, I've tried to incorporate it into existing buildings and making it look a little bit like incorporated instead of just like an afterthought. Hence why the toilet block is in the end of this little, it's not a walkway, is it? Where the ride goes over and under, little bridge, I suppose it is. But yeah, I also noticed a few people was complaining about not having anywhere to drink around this area as well. So I've put well, you'll see in a second that I put a vending machine in just to satisfy the thirst in this area. It was always a plan to have an extra bit of food and stuff in this area, but I just haven't got around to it yet because that was going to go closer to the coaster. So yeah, the toilet's in. There you go. There's the soda machine in that. Like I said, I'm actually quite happy with how this turned out. To say how much I struggled, the struggle did come out in how long this actually did take me. I'm not gonna lie, it's taken a fair while just to build this one building. The people who build stuff in a couple of hours is crazy to me because this took a hell of a long time. But yeah. So yeah, I'll leave you with some music for now, and I'll come back when I have something else to talk about. So with this little bridge section, then I kind of made a little bit of an effort to theme it a little bit, as it was just going to help the water coaster, Stavana Lina, or I don't know how it's pronounced, but that's what we're going with. But yeah, just a little bit of theming, ties a little bit into the area, it gives it a nice head chopper effect as you're dipping down, kind of gives it more reason to do the dip it does, gives a little bit more context to the drop as well. Don't know what I'm doing there. But yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to have a bit of theming in there. That coaster's not really themed around the ride as it just goes out into the woods and then comes back down. So I suppose it gives it a bit of a dodging aspect, a nice little head chopper as you go underneath it. I do put some mist in here in a second as well, which is a nice little nod. There's a few rides which do it. Closer to home, probably Sick is probably the closest one that does it at the minute. You kind of drop down into the mist and don't really know what's happening afterwards because you're still like misted in the face. So yeah, we're kind of going with that. So you pop out of it into the airtime. It is a surprise, and then sploosh, you are wet. You are the wet. So yeah, just I'll leave you to that. Yeah, so with this little nook, I thought, well, with a drinks place and a place to eat, we'll just be around the corner in a little bit. I thought you need a little bit of sitting area, and what better to do in front of the main piece of the water ride. It kind of gives a bit of a... what ride was it? Colossus in Heidi Park. They have a eating area right in front of their burning effigy. A bit like Wicker Man, really, but you can see it a bit more from where you sat down and eating. It seemed like a place that makes sense to put some benches and some eating, sitting, resting areas, as we had a bit of area around to play with as well. It doesn't feel too forced in. So yeah, at this point I'm just trying to make the front of the building look a little bit better. Like I said, I don't start out these with any ideas. This building changes so much during this. You might even spot things that are removed straight after. I've cut a lot out, but sometimes you'll see a clip with something. The roof, for example, in a second, it changes so many times. I just can't get it to look how I wanted it to look. But yeah, Right, I'm going to go talk about some things from what's happening in front of you at the minute. So basically, I wanted to kind of build... Well, I needed to build a bridge to get the exit down to make sense of why it was like that, which meant I had to build a bridge. Bridges don't look good for me anyway, so I decided, in the same ploy as I said about trying to tie buildings in, that I'd have a gift shop for the rides in the area, you know, money-making skills, and then also have a food place. Again, the only other food place we've got is a sushi place at the front. Not everyone likes sushi. Not everyone's always going to be at the front. To be fair, you only rarely see the front if you're coming in or out of a park. I think they're out of towers all the time. There's so much food and stuff on the front, but I'm hardly ever there. There's not attractions anywhere near the front for me to go down Main Street unless I'm coming in or leaving. But yeah. So yeah, we need another food place. We've gone with some beef, some chief beefs, Viking-y, I suppose. It's meat and bread. I suppose that's Viking food. But yeah, I think it turns out all right actually. To say that I, again, started out with no plan whatsoever, like all these things. But yeah, I'll leave you for the last bit, and then we'll do a tour. So yeah, this is what we have. We have a station building which doesn't look too shabby from the entrances. You might have to forgive my game. My game is already struggling, so I don't know really what else I could do for that one. I hope the fixes in February fix that a little bit. I'm hoping. But yeah, obviously this is our Viking waterfront with our coaster and stuff. I feel like it's tied the coaster in very nicely to this area, if I'm being honest. It gives it a reason to come down this bit and out here. Obviously, we have our seating area with... Where's his face just gone? There he is. With Mr. Rockman over there. Could still have some finishing touches up here and around there. But yeah, I don't think the water side of this thing looks too bad. I kind of like how it looks. It's kind of simple, but also Viking-y, but also quite a little bit of a different vibe to this, which feels more like hut, more wooden. This feels a bit more castle-y and battle-ready, if that makes sense. As for this thing, I do like how the ride goes through this misty bit with all the boxes and things. Let's play it for a little bit. There's not where ride comes down for a little bit. But yeah, obviously we tied the toilets in. And the hydration zone, which was very needed. I like the interaction between the ride and the building, and also straight into the path. It kind of gives it a bit of purpose to go that way. Everything just seems to fit in a little bit better. Here comes the ride through the mist into the sploosh. There we go. Yeah, I'm really happy how this come together. To say I'm not a fantastic builder in the game. Obviously, we put the decking out the front, some rocks, brings a bit of nature into it. Nature helps no matter what you're building. If you can put nature around it, it just makes it feel that little bit more real and a little bit more lived in. Like this corner was just grass and it looked a bit bare and barren. Just some rocks and some shrubs. That's all it is. Which it looks a lot better. Same as along underneath here. And then you make your way around. I'm yet to figure out what I want to do with this. This is a staff path, some solar panels, what having some of the power issues. Again, I hope the game in February when it updates fixes that. Fixes that. As it's a bit annoying. And welcome to the bridge. Again, this is the first time I've attempted something like this. But I feel like it fits this building, makes it look less boxes. You've got something to break it up. It's also a bit of an area, a bit of an area barrier into this area here. Oh, not inside the bridge. Where kind of. Oh my god! Sorry, the game is. Let me pause. Pausing. No, don't turn the sun off. Pausing. But yeah, into this area where obviously the entrance to this is, which is Outpost Watch. Kind of. You are watching the village for any intruders and things. But yeah, obviously you didn't see any of this built. I thought I'd a bit of a surprise. Obviously we just got just a memento in there, selling all the merch that we need. Obviously some flags. Obviously I kind of liked. I didn't mean to put this sign on this originally. I put the sign on there and then put this in front of it and tried to move the sign and clicked onto the hook, which actually works pretty well as a signpost. So I was very happy with that. I think this area looks a lot better. So yeah. I did do a few details on this side as well. Again, makes it look a bit more like a queue line. I just need a signpost here, I think, for entrance, maybe. But yeah, the queue has stayed the same up here, which again has a point of building to make it look like it should be there, and makes this building look again less 2D, 2D, less square. But yeah. That's kind of what we're going with today. I'm quite happy with it. So let me know if you want any tweaks and any suggestions on how to make this a little bit better. I'm willing to take anything on board. Like I said, I'm not the best at this game at all. But yeah, in the next episode, we are theming this coaster, which is going to be a hell of a lot of work. A hell of a lot of work. So yeah, we're doing all this, all the station building, and all of this area as well. So yeah, that's going to be a big undertaking. Yeah. I hope you appreciate because I really enjoy this viewpoint here of the station, to be fair. This is kind of, I think, the best angle of it without the blue coaster. I am going to change this coaster colour, by the way. So if you've got any suggestions, we've kind of gone for a brown and red for. Let me see what this thing's called again, because I always forget. Lavender Stenner. There you go. We've got a black and red for Lavender Stenner. We've got black and red for this area as well. To be fair, that's kind of the theme for Sailing Anarchy. Wow. But yeah, then we're going with a bit of a green, a brown and green for the outpost. Oh god, the trees make me lag. Oh my god, chill your beans. So yeah, if you want. If you have any ideas for this, obviously it could look, the coaster could be very plain and then have the trains be bright to go around, or vice versa. Just yeah, give me your opinions. Like I said, we've got to theme this thing up to look less like a futuristic coaster, and make more of a Viking thing out of it. But yeah, if you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and comment. If it yes. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and comment. I can't wait to see your suggestions and things. But I really think this area is coming together now. It actually makes a lot of sense. I think I might come back to the entrance sign and do that up again, because it looks small now. And now we've expanded our park. But yeah, so yeah, subscribe, and most importantly, stay wild.